Good day, ladies and gentlemen, your gun doctor here. Remember yesterday's video talking about the lack of content? Raven Software heard me and brought out the mid-season event spontaneously out of nowhere. I mean, we have like 28, 27 days left on the battle pass, so it was about time that actually the mid-season event is kind of coming before season 6 is there. And it's bringing a lot of changes to the game. We're going to get something called Clash, Iron Trials 84. Buybacks are making a comeback in solos in the 30th, so that's really cool. And Resurgence Extreme, and as far as I know, that is 100 players Resurgence mode. And there's the numbers event around the corner. Those brave enough to investigate the mobile broadcast stations scattered across Verdansk will receive the following incentives: an instant 5,000 cash bonus in the current match. For each unique mobile broadcast station activated during the event, you will receive an exclusive reward such as a sticker, calling card, charm, in addition to some XP. Complete all of the challenges in the numbers event in either Warzone or Cold War to unlock the Psy melee weapon. Sounds good. I mean, the instant cash bonus is intriguing because that's going to make hotspots around the map. So all the broadcast stations are going to be hotspots. You get instantly 5,000 cash. Seems worth it because if it's in quads, I think everyone gets 5,000 cash. You would have 20,000 and then instantly get a loadout, UAVs, and you can start frying. Super cool in my eyes. Splash mode is team deathmatch 50 versus 50. All your loadouts accessible, ping and armor system, cash buy station vehicles from both the regular battle royale and plunder modes. I guess it's going to be great to level up your weapons. Could be interesting for a lot of people that don't have their weapons leveled yet. I assume like 300 XP per player kill with double XP token, 600 XP per player kill. Should be absolutely worth it to get your things leveled. Iron Trials. The rules have changed. Last week we gave you a first look at some of the fundamental changes coming to Verdansk via this new mode. Altered health and regeneration, removal of loadout drops, new gulag rules, adjust environmental hazards, classified weapons. Here are 3 additional changes to expect. Field upgrades. Dead sounds and stopping power have been removed. Sniper rifles can only one-shot to the head within 30 meters. You're going to have to get up close and personal with the competition. That kind of seems stupid, honestly. Because ADVs and dirt bikes only, you need to dispatch your foes the old-fashioned way, plan your drops carefully, and rotate early. And as mentioned, those who place first will receive the exclusive calling card. Oh, well, I will definitely want to place first for the exclusive calling card, that's for sure. See, these are some kind of modes we're talking about. This is the content I'm looking forward to. Bonus modes and cool things that bring joy to the game. Frequently altered back to back to back, coming in, out, in, out, in, out. Every week, cool special modes. We have so many now. Use them. And then there's a huge amount of weapon changes coming. Let's go through all of them. High damage weapons like the C58 tend to adhere to a lower fire rate and higher recoil, which generally balances out their hasty time to kill potential. Much like Crig 6, the C58 was a tad easier to control than we feel appropriate for a weapon with its damage profile. While recoil adjusted can be rather nebulous, the exact details of these changes can often be difficult to quantify with numbers alone. While the C58 recoil has been increased slightly, the majority of the changes will be felt in the recoil pattern deviation. When this deviation is increased, it can create subtle shifts which become increasingly difficult to compensate for a given distance from the target. So again, C58 gets more recoil. Then base optic eye position retracted. The EM2 is not receiving a direct reduction to its efficiency. With this change, however, it will result in the base optic being less suitable substitutes for higher magnification optics. Okay, so it's not getting changed at all. That's fantastic because I was using the EM2 anyways with a different scope. Then Assault Rifle Bravo. Upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.1 to 1. For the dismay or surprise of some, our data suggests that the Assault Rifle Bravo is absolute monster. The Assault Rifle Bravo will still be capable of achieving an extreme low time to kill, though that speed will now be locked behind additional headshots. Changes like this will align more closely with our goal to shift consistently acquired TDKs out of the 300 millisecond range. I don't know why they're still kicking my boy the Fel. The Fel is already dead. No one placed the Fel. The Fel is down, and now they're nerfing it even more. Cool. Crozat's sprint to fire increase, that's fantastic. That actually does something. The crit goes from maximum damage decrease from 30 to 29, mid damage now 25, and minimum damage decrease from 25 to 23. Weapon kick adjusted too. Yeah, they butchered it. I mean, the damage of the crit was already lower, and it was already low, and now they just completely butchered it. And it was worth to be used, but the more they kind of like get rid of it, the more you don't want to use it anymore. And obviously, it was an absolute no recoil gun. We don't have to talk about that. We don't have to argue about that. But they butchered it right now. With these damage adjustments, the crit is now at 43, 32, 29, 29, and at 34, 25, 23, 23. And that adds another headshot to kill. So before we were at 37, now we're at 34/35 if they round up or not. Which means in the second damage jump off to really get the time to kill, we either have exactly 10 chest shots, which is 250 damage. But these, again, 10 shots, 250 damage. A single arm and leg shot would already lower that by 3 damage. So now if we had 2 headshots, that would be 68 damage. Plus then another 7 chest shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is not enough because we have less damage now. So in order to get the long range TTK of 9 shots, you would have to hit 3 headshots with the gun to then hit 6 body shots. So it'd be at 6 times 25 plus 1, 2, 3. And that puts us at 252. And that is just barely there as a time to kill. So if you hit a single arm and leg shot, you again are there. But if you hit 2 of them, then you're dead. You're not going to be hitting the lower time to kill. So the Krig now is absolutely unforgiving on the range. You really have to be a pinpoint precision laser. So now you could keep the no recoil of the Krig, but obviously they butchered it on top of that too. We have light machine gun alpha, recoil slightly increased, so that is for our stoner, which is too good. I don't think that the recoil increase will do anything to the gun, but we'll have that in a separate video, obviously. Tactical rifle Charlie has the recoil decrease. Could be that we then see the burst rifle coming back. Adjusted the recoil of the DMR-14 too, but I don't think that we're going to see anything of that because still, though, the damage nerf, it was only good because it was an absolute laser beam. With the damage nerf, it's never going to be the laser beam again. Rather than outright decrease to recoil, the change is more of a rework. The DMR has languished since its changed in Season 1, but has not been forgotten. Expect the DMR-14 to feel like a new weapon. Semi-auto weapon enthusiasts rejoice as the DMR-14 may see real resurgence following this change. We'll see. I'll definitely be looking at it. I'll definitely be playing it because I want to make a separate video on the DMR-14 where we then talk about the new recoil and see if it actually is worth it in any way. The M16 has also weapon kick decrease, but the M16 is a burst rifle. In the current meta, with something like the Krig being an absolute beamer, you try to burst and you just get beamed away. Then they butcher completely the Type 63. The only reason the Type 63 was so good because it had such an insane damage. Now they changed all the multipliers. Let's see what the damage now says. Okay, we have 60 as base damage and they decreased all the multipliers, which means we go from 1.1 to 1, from 1.2 to 1. That means same damage as arms and legs. So we get first 60, 60, 60. Wherever we hit on the body, same damage. And then the headshot also gets nerfed to 1.58 from 2.1, which means we're going from 60 times 1.58 to 98.95, which is still a 3-shot to kill. But now if we're looking at the calculation, 95 is 1 headshot plus body shot is not enough. So we need 4 shots at least to get the time to kill, which is then 1-3 to get it done. And we'd have 431 milliseconds time to kill, which is still good, but not insane anymore. And I think that was the only reason we had so much fun with the gun, because it was insane. So if you do hit 2 headshots, 95 plus 95 is 190, plus 60 would then be that. So we could still, with 2 headshots and 1 body shot, hit an extreme low time to kill, but we would actually have to hit these 2 headshots. Else we would have a consistent TTK. But in comparison to the other guns, we're not full auto. Whereas then the OTS-9 has a 421 milliseconds TTK, but the OTS is full auto. So when you have to actually hit every single shot with the Type 63. So I'd say the Type 63 is still worth it. It just ain't good anymore. And especially now on range, the nerf is obviously hitting too. Because all these multipliers, they don't only change on range, they change also close up. Those TTK multipliers, they don't only change close up, they also change on range. So now you have 45, 45, 45, and then you had the headshot damage even nerfed more, and that would be times 1.58, and you're at 71. So before it was already bad, like kind of weird on range, but now you're even worse, like off, especially with the recoil still there. Like on range, realistically, 1 headshot more is not possible, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. So you would have to hit 5 shots to get a decent TTK, which can happen realistically. But if you obviously not miss a single shot of that spam, your TTK goes up, 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 and up. So every shot brings you like so far up. Whereas with the beaming rifle, the whole thing looks a little bit different, especially with the high fire rate beaming rifles. And now again, hit like these 5 shots with the Type 63 on range, that it ain't going to be happening very consistently. Oh, they're nerfing our boy, the Modern Warfare 10mm round, maximum damage decrease from 34 to 31. So we're not being so crazy anymore. Well, true game data, you should have never found that out. But now Tommy is nerfed to 31, and then all the multipliers get obviously nerfed too. We had the nerfed headshot damage, chest shot damage, and arm and leg shot damage. That means 44 plus then 34, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we need 7 instantly. So that would be the 1 headshot and 7 chest shots would be at that TTK. Very forgiving. So we need to have 2 headshots now, which is a big difference. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6 shots in total to kill if we would be able to get that done. And that would be a 7 shot to kill then with 2 headshots. And on top of that, you're less forgiving. So if you hit a single arm and leg shot, that's -6 damage. You can compensate for that. But if you hit an arm and leg shot and the tummy shot, you wouldn't be able to compensate for that because it's too much damage loss. So it does still good damage, but it's way less forgiving. It used to be super forgiving, and now it's not worth it anymore. So you might as well go back to the standard MP5. The OTS-9 maximum damage range decreased by 6.2%. That is good because, you know, the gun is really insane. So really contain it, make it a shotgun. It's like the OTS should be the ultimate shotgun SMG. Makes no sense. While firing the PPS-H, the weapon would kick in a manner that would make it difficult to dodge bullet directionally. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. This is a subtle change that will have a significant impact on the ability to reliable lineup shots. Maybe I'm giving the PPS-H a chance against it. The PPS-H used to be absolutely insane on controller, never a mouse and keyboard in my opinion. But now with the weapon kick adjustment, maybe it works. Then we have the sniper rifle Swiss. We've improved the firing recoil behavior for the Swiss. We expect this change to go largely unnoticed as it does not have a measurable impact. Okay, so we make it just better. Perfect. And the ZRG will make that better too. Good. Then in general, they're changing the attachments. So the Ranger Liberator group composite all go by 2% less. The reinforced heavy VDV and so on also by 1% less. Takedown 2% less. Task Force Specialist also 2% less. So all the guns, all the attachments now have less recoil reduction to higher the recoil in general throughout the board. Not by much, but again, 2% on a low recoil rifle doesn't make a difference. 2% on a high recoil rifle makes a huge difference. Light machine guns there too. So everywhere, everyone, the actual recoil is being increased in total, which I do like because there's no recoil in Warzone currently. Okay, they also nerfed the titanium barrels so that the new DMR 14 is not going to be instantly insane. Then we have also from the Groza, ADS speed increase reduced from 9 to 7% to make sure that the Groza doesn't go too crazy. Good, all these weapon changes I kind of like, especially like in general, the recoil increase. And not everything is like crazy no recoil. Oh my goodness, are we getting 2 legendary backskins? Judge Dredd. We're getting Judge Dredd. We're getting Judge Dredd. That's fantastic. That just, wow. I mean, this is my childhood, you know? Like, I love it. I'm definitely going to buy that. Well, dumb chat, call me surprised. I mean, they're not crazy delivering, but finally, communication stations are doing something good. Because the communication stations are going to change the whole way the game is being played. That's exactly what I've been asking for, just like the satellites. Give me something that changes the whole way game is being played. I'm going to take my team. I'm always going to land on these satellite stations. We're always going to drop. We're always going to play satellites. We're never going to not play satellites. Now that you have these broadcast stations, broadcast, get the 5K easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think so far? Does it sound good for you? Does it sound interesting? The Iron Trials could definitely be something. We're getting more different modes. So the way how we play Warzone is being changed, and that's really good because I've been asking for this so long now that we get these goddamn effing modes. I mean, Clash is zero interest for me because I'm, you know, like the normal Warzone mode. But the Iron Trials are going to be something really intriguing to look into. Then we have the numbers event. Yeah, sure. We get Judge Dredd, and we have a lot of weapon changes again. Weapon changes only last that long because then they get common and then there's no difference. But at least I'm getting a lot of content handed to me so I can create way more videos now. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a fantastic good day. Thanks for watching so long. Thanks for staying with me to the end. Hope to see you in the next videos where we're going to cover all the recoil adjustments more and more on the different guns. So the next is going to be like Stoner, the new Stoner, the new OTS, the new DMR. Until then, have a fantastic good day. See you soon. And in the next video.